So I came across this thing called Voices of the Mind, and it's just a great framework for getting better at thinking about your thoughts. So there's three areas here. So there's worried voice, which is clearly unhelpful. There's false comfort voice, which seems like it's helpful but isn't. And then there's the wise mind, which is helpful. So an example for the worried voice could be, you thinking to yourself, I have no confidence, I'm going to do horrible, I'm never going to be able to do X. Like some clearly unhelpful stuff. But then there's your false comfort voice, who may say things like, I'm escalating things, what can I distract myself with? Maybe I should try and relax and not worry about it. So it sounds like it's been helpful, but if we're being honest, those internal dialogues tend to make things worse. Constantly thinking to yourself, don't worry or don't be anxious, tends to make you worry and be anxious. And being able to notice those thoughts and label them either worried voice or false comfort voice is a great practice for increasing your self-awareness. And once you've mastered labeling those, you can then introduce the wise mind. And this is the voice of common sense. It doesn't get entangled with unwanted intrusive thoughts. It can do with the constant reassurance, and it knows that doubts are natural and 100% certainty just isn't possible. And the key difference between your false comfort voice and your wise mind is that your wise mind isn't trying to eliminate the anxiety or doubts or unwanted thoughts. Your wise mind doesn't engage with your thoughts, it just observes them. You aren't trying to calm yourself down, you're simply noticing without the intent to change anything. Now, I try to be pretty vague in my videos, and it's because I feel like concepts like these can be helpful for anyone dealing with anything. Getting better at labelling your thoughts and detaching yourself from them, I feel like is a skill everyone should be slowly trying to improve at. But to end the video, here's just a super simple example of what these voices could look like in a real world scenario. So let's say there's a guy called John and he's got a presentation coming up and he's a little bit anxious about it. So his worried voice could be saying, I'm going to make a mistake during my presentation, I'm going to mess it up, I'm not going to be able to do this. Then his false comfort voice might come in and say, I'll be fine, stop thinking about it, maybe I should just watch something to try and distract me. And then his wise mind, if he's been practicing it at this point, would come in and say, I can see that my back and forth is adding to my anxiety, it's not working, I am trying to fight off my anticipatory anxiety, but I need to be okay with my doubts. There's no way to eliminate uncertainty, and my worrying and attempts to solve my problems isn't helping. So there is the Voices of the Mind framework. I like how simple it is. I've heard some people like to label all their thoughts, but I like how this is just three simple phrases and it's easy to remember.